Hi, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. My name is Terry, and I'm here with my good friend Danny Shay's Tarot, and Dr. Gail, Skywalking with Moon. So today we are here to go on a self-healing journey with Danny, a shamanic healing. So journey. Anyway,
We're,
so
we're,
I played that.
we're actually in search of our self-healing DNA.
Yeah.
That's what we're in search of. Yeah.
Yeah. And where did we get this crazy idea from? And not to point fingers at anyone, Gail, but
I've already done a show about it on Galactic Gaia.
yeah.
And actually, I was pretty shocked at how many people on that little bitty channel has actually looked at that show. But the inspiration came from Gaia, and it was a lady named I'm wondering if this is her real name. I can't think it is. Maureen Saint Germain, and she has a school in Sedona that's called, I think, Saint Germain something. Anyway, so she did a show on Gaia and talking about finding your self-healing DNA. And whenever I saw just the short on it, I immediately knew where Mom was. And I just didn't even know we had a self-healing DNA that we needed to look for. So if we don't know what to look for, we don't know that we need it. But it made sense to me that we have a self. And because, many, many years ago, I found out we had, animals that possess medication that we need that's natural, that if we're having an issue, we can go down and get the medication from them, or some other kind of issue that we might have. I know I have two that have something there for me that I can go down. So like if you have a cold, you can go down and get some herbs or whatever from that power animal or animal.
Yeah.
So
and there's
go ahead.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
There's a difference between healing and curing that probably needs to be mentioned, because I don't know if you can cure something in that space, but you can heal it and you can start the process of curing, but it's not a switch.
Yeah, it's also going on the shamanic journey. You can find the source of that issue that might have caused that disease or injury. And so that's, for me, that's what shamanic journeys have helped me a lot of times on figuring those things out, because you have to split it up. And that can only go so far. I don't know how you are, Danny, or other people. They can go all the way to the problem. Sometimes for me, it takes 6, 7, 8 breaking up journeys to get just a little bit further and get a little bit further. And then I can find the source of the issue.
Yeah. So, when I first started this practice, it was reminded to me many, many times, this is not a one and done, but it's a journey, which I go, wow, how.
Oh, it's named journey.
So it's a practice that we do, and if we do it every day, we get a little bit further, we get a little bit deeper, and I thought that this was super exciting when you told this to me, and I went, that's kind of out there, but it immediately sat in my heart space, and I felt this is really, really powerful, and I wasn't sure what it meant at all when you talked about it. But when I did my own journey, and it's interesting because you went down to a lower world-ish thing. And when I did it, I popped up into the sky. It was pretty wild.
Well, can you explain to people what a shamanic journey is? Might be the first time people have heard about it.
Yeah. So this is, and I do go into depth on it, and I have some videos on it that you can go in. But basically, what a shamanic journey is a meditation with intention So, and it uses a repetitive beat like a drum or a rattle to drop us into that trance state. And from that trance state, we can drop into three different worlds. And we can drop into the lower world, which is our base, and that's not the right word, which is where we can find our power animals, our helping spirits. This is not like hard and fast at all. The middle world is where we find all the elementals, where it's our this reality, but there's a lot of tricksters in it. There's a lot of um, hidden folk, that, as I said, the elementals. And then to go to the upper world, that would be more of tapping into our angelic realm, our ET realm, our spirit realm that is going to uh, guide us and give us some information as to whatever our intention was to go into that journey. Did that make sense?
Let me ask a question, because we do have meditations that have intentions also.
Mm-hmm.
So for what would you say? For me, the biggest difference is I'm going with the whole crew, my power animals, my
Yeah.
on the journey, and I'm usually going, testing the grounds on some deep, dark wounds and issues that I'm actually exploring more in a shamanic journey. Whereas meditation, I'm going into meditation and receiving just information that's coming from my guides. But whenever I'm doing a shamanic journey, it's usually a reason, purpose, and it's usually something to take care of an issue or explore a problem.
Right. Or explore a non-problem.
Right.
Right. So it doesn't have, I don't want to make it like, oh, these shamanic journeys, man, you're going to be exploring problems. No, they can be exploring enlightenment and fun stuff as well. Just being in, floating down a shamanic river and just enjoying that, which is hugely healing. But I'm kind of making light of that. But yeah, you are right with so my younger brother does Buddhism, and he goes, I don't want to think about anything, just my breath. So he's not going in with an intention, but the shamanic journeys, at least the ones that I do, you're right. We go in with an intention. We go in with our team of power animals. And if people don't have a power animal, well, maybe one will show up in this journey. And when you get into it, the journey, I like to have a conversation in my mind's eye with these power animals and say, hey, are you my power animal? And they may, give you an indication of yes, or they may go no. And if they say no, you go, well, why'd you show up? To take you to your power animal. Maybe. I mean, so, we need to be curious and we need to use our imaginations a lot. So sometimes when I have gotten into this, I think, oh, things are just going to come to me. But you have to activate your For me, I activate my imagination so that I can tap into these different areas, and I expect the unexpected, and I like being surprised, and then kind of go with it and ask questions. Why did you show up?
All right.
So,
And you always take a gift.
I do, yeah. I all we did this in Shasta at the very first time, and I'm like, that's really funny that we brought gifts to the mountain. I didn't even know why I was doing it, to tell you the truth. You may have had your intention of why, but
No,
me,
my guys told me to bring them a gift.
Yeah. See, my guides probably told me to, but I wasn't listening to them. I just did it.
Yeah, and actually, I'd show up with gifts for everybody to give too. When
Mhm.
we thought about it, here, I've got everybody a gift to give.
Yeah, right, right. So I'm not quite sure if that works because I think it needs to come from our. No, I'm kidding.
But see, when I was giving gifts to the mountain, they didn't care if I picked a flower off the side of the mountain on the way up. They just,
Mm,
long it was the intention actually.
To
yeah,
honor. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. And I think that's such a great basis of so many different cultures to honor the elders or honor the mountain or the gods, goddesses, you know.
yeah. And one of the really fun things for me in that exploration of gift giving is when I put my imaginary hand in my imaginary pocket that I have, and I go, oh my gosh, all I have is a piece of sand or something, just inconsequential to me. And I go, well, you got to give them something. So when I give it, the reaction that I get from me giving a piece of sand
Yeah,
is phenomenal. And
Yeah.
so you can't like second guess what.
Yeah.
mine's always a heart shaped quartz. I mean, oh gosh, with the
Rose quartz.
rose quartz, heart shaped rose quartz is always my gift.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always keep that in my car and in my pockets.
All right.
That's beautiful. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah. It's interesting. So when I go into Inner Earth, it's filled with corridors, and there's always a guardian out front that you have to share your heart with to enter. So I love that on both accounts. And then some of those lead into outer space or the universe, what we know as the universe, and some of them lead into inner Earth, the core of the Earth, the magnetic core, zero density. So it kind of travels around and takes me to odd places. But
Yeah.
I love that curiosity that you were talking about, Danny, because I think that's one of the most important things, even when we're on a journey or a meditation, is being curious about what comes up.
Right.
And
Yeah.
you're Terry, you're talking about you enter through caves, and I entered through a tree. And Danny, you enter through a tree also, don't you?
I go through. Yeah, I do. Well, I have many entrances. I do diving into a pool of water, but a tree is really powerful because the tree you can go to the upper world, you can go to the lower world, you can
That's
stay
what
in.
she's doing in the cave. She's going up a world, lower world.
Yeah.
Well,
Going
but
up too.
but a lot of times I use the tree too. I use a lot of different area things to go into inner Earth or the universe. And a tree is one of my favorites because you can turn back time or turn time with the tree rings. So it's a fun little thing. But
Oh, look
then
at you turning up and back time with the tree ring.
Terry
with the
going,
tree rings,
yeah,
yeah,
spinning
I
it.
totally.
love that. How
But
cool.
you can do that with anything, right? You can also do that
Yeah.
with the um, so many different things. Anyway, a mandala, or even they've shown me doing it with a spaceship, with the engines of the spaceship. That's how they do it often.
Oh,
But going into inner Earth, I go in a lot of different ways. But a tree is fun and a cave is fun. But a lot of the corridors inside inner Earth that
yeah.
they show me are the conduits that lead to different realms.
Right. I take those chord and I find it fascinating that all of the modalities that we drop into sacred space, into our quiet space,
Yeah.
is so similar, but we just use maybe one different or two different tools, but it's the same thing that we're dropping into. So, for me, traveling through corridors, now I'm gonna put a tree ring in there and start playing with it. But when I drop into corridors, I can drop into time corridors, and so I can go into the future or the past in these time corridors. So
Oh, brilliant.
yeah,
Brilliant.
cool. Open up a door and ooh, close that door.
Yeah.
Want to see
Yeah.
that? Okay.
And then, Gail, you were talking about earlier. I'm not sure if it was backstage or when we were here already, because it's all.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm already in the corridor. But it was talking about those aspects of ourselves that were calling back, like the aspect perhaps that was hurt or
Oh yeah.
injured or disassociated with because of
Mhm.
trauma
Or figure out if
or
it's a
healing.
present life, or future life, or whatever that's caused the thing or a problem that you're trying to take care of. And I'll give the example. Mine was I had issues with my throat chakra. And so I did a lot of shamanic journeys going through all these scary things to find out that way back in the days of the witches and when they were crucifying them, they had put barbed wire around my neck. So I could not swallow, I could not speak, and I could not eat without hurting. And so my shamanic journey, my Native American took me in as TP, or I don't know what it is, but and they took it off of me. So that was a very healing thing for me, for especially doing the kind of work I'm doing here. So that was a very healing journey for me.
Wow. Wow.
That's impressive.
That's powerful. Yeah.
Yeah, really powerful.
So many of us are finding our voice now in this time in space. And so there's a lot of people that have not necessarily that. You must have said some really bad things back,
For me, no,
back in
well,
the
I can tell you what happened because I had to continue the journey to find out why that barbed wire was put around my neck. Was I was a tarot reader in that lifetime, and I had a table. We were partying, and I was doing tarot cards. And this guy approached me, and he was wanting me to go with them, whatever. And I refused. And so there it went. He threw the cards up, called me fake and whatever. And so I had to heal all of that.
Wow. Yeah. 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 And a lot of us have that same trauma
Yeah,
that we need to release.
right.
So this is a good practice to go in there and
And
That was me.
yeah, from your mouth to God's ears, eh?
yes, so to the bells ringing.
The angels. Yeah.
So
Uh-huh.
anyway,
Well, since it dang that the bell dung.
so probably time to get to go into that journey. That was
Well,
actually a text message that came through, and I don't know. Sometimes it comes through the computer, and sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah, yeah, right, right. So with a shamanic journey, I use rattles to get us in, and then I use a drum, and it will be. It's important that when you're doing these journeys and these meditations, a lot of people are could be driving, and so there's not many people.
Everybody,
There's not many people or anybody that should be doing a meditation while they're driving. So if you're driving, you can turn this off or anyway. It's just a warning. You can come back to it later. Um, don't do this while you're driving. So what we're going to do is the way that I do my journeys is I open up sacred space. And because we have a limited amount of time here, it's going to be relatively a quick open up sacred space. We're going to invite, and you can do this right now as I'm talking about this, invite all of your guides, your angels, the people that you want with you on this journey, your power animals. And then we will I'll guide you through from sitting at wherever you're sitting or standing. And a lot of times with shamanic journeys, they're dancing and singing, so you can move around. It's just not a static practice. But we'll go from the 3D sitting here and drop us through a mist into on a path where we will drop into that shamanic, journey where the intention is to go to a space where we can access our forgotten healing DNA. Is that right, Gail? How would you phrase
It's our loss, I guess. Well, our hidden self.
hidden? Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and it's real important when we're setting our intentions to get the word right. So, is it lost or hidden? I really like the hidden.
Yeah, it's hidden because
Yeah.
it's not lost. They've hidden it from us.
Right. And it's not missing.
And then you have to get it and nurture it back to health.
Right. Okay. Nurture it back to health. So, the thing is just, to explore that, and what does that DNA look like? What does it feel like? And you may, as Gail said, you may have to go back a couple of times to actually get it. You may just get a feeling of, oh, there it is. And it needs a little love. It needs a little nurturing. Some people will see things really clearly. Some people just know, some feel, some people will hear their DNA. I don't know how that will work, but don't discount it. And then some people will go, I didn't get anything. And that's okay, because you're still in that space to receive. So we're just being easy, we're being gentle, and it's not a one and done. Okay.
Sounds
Okay.
good.
Are we all good?
We're good.
Yeah, it feels like we're remembering it.
Yeah. Thank you. It does. It does. So, for those people who are driving, bye, because we're gonna close our eyes. That's another bad thing to do when you're driving. Have your eyes closed for long periods of time. No. All right, so we're just going to slowly drop into this awareness. And I've got my rattle. And we just want to drop into this space with our breath. And so a lot of times, especially these days, we're in a fear or flight zone. And so we want to use our breath to drop out of that. And the way that we do it is we take a deep inhalation. Some people will count to 3. Then you hold it. And then you exhale to a count of 3. And there's many different ways to do that. You just want to have some slow intentions with your breath. You want to feel yourself in your chairs. And here we want to open up sacred space. We want to honor the directions. We want to honor the elements. We want to honor the winds of the east, the physicality of the south, the healing energy of the west, and the spiritual of the north. Water, earth, sun, air. We want to honor Mother Earth and all that she gives us. And Father Sky, honor the star beings that show up. And at this time, we want to invite all our guides and angels, our departed loved ones. Invite them to step close to come to this journey with us. Take another deep breath. We feel our guides, we feel our angels. And we start feeling lighter and brighter. And using our imaginations, we can slowly feel ourselves rising above our bodies. Imagine looking down at your body. And as we hear the drum, calling us to imagine ourselves walking out of a door of our room, and we find ourselves in a cloakroom. And in this cloakroom, there are robes that are hanging up, and one of these robes is calling for us. It's the robe to find us, to take us to a place where we can find the hidden healing DNA. And so we unzip our egos. We take off our fears and our doubts and our judgments. This is not the way that I normally do it. This is not how this should work. Take all that off, hang it up. All the I can't do this. And now we are just a light being. No judgments, full of possibilities. And we go to our robe and gently slip it on. What's it feel like? What's it made out of? We want to use all our senses. And above the robe is a little tray, and it's full of trinkets. And we grab a trinket and put it in our pocket. And we see a door open from the cloakroom, and it's open to a beautiful place in nature. And there is a path that we can walk on. And we step out into this beautiful place. We've been here before. It's so comforting. And as we walk down this path, we pay attention to how our feet are walking on this path. We pay attention to the hidden folk that are on the path or off to the side. What's it sound like? Are there sky beings, birds flying above us? Do we have another power animal coming up to us? Or just another animal that wants to be on this journey? Invite them to step close. And as we travel down this pathway, paying attention to everything we see, we come to a clearing. And in this clearing, there is a guardian that is standing in front of the clearing. And he has a sage smudge pot. And he welcomes us, he cleanses us, and we go into this healing space. And when we walk in, we notice things shift. The light is different. The air is different. And there is a healing woman, grandmother. She welcomes us and invites us to sit or lay. And she has a bowl that she gives us. And that bowl is full of a tea. And she invites us to drink it. And we find ourselves in another space in another time, and we find ourselves in front of a large world tree. And we look up at the branches. And where do the branches go? How high do they go? Are there things on top of the branches? Let your imaginations go. And we see an opening in the tree. And we are invited in. And as our eyes adjust, we see a stairway. And the stairway goes to the top of the branches or down below. And we start on this downward spiral. What are the steps made out of? Is there a railing? And down we go. Or is it up? We lose all sorts of time and space. And we are dropping into a space where we are reconnecting with our healing DNA. Down we go. Down we go. And we come to a space, an opening. Another beautiful place in nature where the stars are shining bright. The sun is out. Everything is clear. And we asked to find our hidden healing DNA. How does it show up? And if it's not at this place, you can go back and go down to another level. And ask again to see and find your healing DNA. I'll be quiet for a while and drum while we wait and discover. When something shows up, ask how you can nourish it. Ask this DNA what it needs. And ever so gently, we feel a tug to go back up the stairs. We slowly manage to start the long climb up, paying attention to the stairs, thanking this space for the awareness and we find ourselves back in the healing space with grandmother. And she asks if you found anything. If you can show it to her. What is the representation of that healing DNA that you found? And then we get up and we remember the trinket in our pocket. And as we reach our hands in the pocket, we find that we pulled out 2 trinkets. One for grandmother, one for the guardian. And we say our goodbyes. And we find ourselves back on the path. And we start going back up the path into the cloakroom, where we take off our healing DNA robe, hang it up, and find our egos hanging all clean, shiny, bright, light. And we step back through the door into our 3D rooms, into our chairs. And we take a breath. And we slowly wiggle our fingers and our toes. Everything is slow. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. Jot anything down in your journal, because things will disappear soon from your memory. And welcome back, everyone.
Thank you. Great.
Yeah, that was amazing, Danny. Wow. That was so powerful.
Can you tell people where they can find you, because you do this twice a month, right?
Well, I do. I don't know. Lately, I have been. So I have a website that's Danny Shea Tarot, and if you sign up for the membership, which it doesn't cost anything for these journeys, it just sign up to that space, and then I send out an email when we're doing journeys, and it's usually twice a month. Yeah.
Beautiful.
So,
Did anybody get some healing DNA? Terry, did you get some?
I did. I wrote some of it down already. It was interesting. We went in to get the healing DNA. Well, first when we went in with grandmother, we were all children in my journey.
Mm.
And then to get the healing DNA, when I went in there, we were given new skin, and it was scales like a beautiful lizard. And then they gave us feathers like a phoenix. I mean, multicolored feathers, so that we could soar and we could crawl. We could go inner and outer worlds.
How
And then,
cool.
right? And then it was interesting. Um, what else happened? Oh, we needed to fly and shake and bang a drum, like jumping up and down on the earth to awaken all
Ooh.
this stuff to activate. And that was really powerful for me. And also it was about waking up the new earth as well.
Ah,
Not that Gaia needed it, but that our um, the way we look at it did. And then it was like as we came back to grandmother, we were adults.
how cool.
I know, it was just, oh my god, it was so much fun, Danny.
How
Thank you so
cool.
much.
I didn't get any of that.
Well, you were in charge. I'm sure you got beautiful
Well, you
things.
already have done yours, and so have I.
What's
So,
that?
so we've already both have already done our, search for our self healing
Yes. Yeah.
DNA. So
Did you find anything new?
I didn't find anything new, but what my gift was that I gave, which I don't understand. You know how the game with the ball and jacks, those little metal jacks.
Yeah.
That's what I had, but it had more little things coming off of it. That's what was in my pocket to give.
Wow.
So
You know what
what does that represent?
you know what
I-
I'm hearing is let the games begin.
Oh, yeah. And a lot of this stuff in these journeys, they're not for anybody else to tell you what a jack means or anything. Because I think it's I think it's a game thing, and I also think that it's different aspects of you that you get to roll around in and tap and touch into. It's kind of like a starburst, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
It was
Adam.
worse, but it had more prongs to it. And actually, those little prongs had little balls on it, also different colors.
yeah, wow, wow.
Wow.
So, but
Amazing.
when we do share this information and we do get other people's interpretation of it, it's important to drop in and say, what does it mean to me versus having somebody else tell you? Because this is all self-revelation. This is all us finding our own truth on these journeys.
Yeah.
This is Judith saying that's the second time today she's heard "Let the games begin."
Well,
Oh.
and we got that big old basket that's in the sky right now, the astrology basket.
Yeah.
So let the games begin.
Yeah.
I got something interesting because a lot of times I don't really fully get into the journey as a facilitator.
Right.
But when I was doing the drumming and it was quiet and I was trying to set it up, I don't know if it worked, so that people could go up or down. And I'm not quite sure that was effective, but when I went into when I was down into the quiet space, looking and saying, let me see how I can help heal this. I got an asteroid that came in and landed right next to me.
Wow.
And I'm like, I got to go check that out. And then it cooled, and it ended up as one of these, like, I don't know if you could see it. It's a little Moki ball. It was like that. And it was like a balance ball for the earth.
Wow.
Ooh.
Well, your stairs that you go up and down. I take an elevator. I guess I'm lazy.
I did a circular stairway.
Yes, sir. I take an elevator.
Yeah. I love that.
I took a golden escalator. Okay, sorry.
Different channel.
Wrong channel. This is so funny because I was doing a journey with Danielle, Spirit Art by Danielle, and I said, we're going into the lower world, and she goes, yeah, that didn't happen. I went up into the upper world, and I go, pay attention. This is, no, I'm talking. We're going to the, so it doesn't really matter,
Yeah.
if, because Gail, you told me before that we're dropping into the lower world to find our DNA. So when I did my journey, I went up into the upper world immediately. I was in the sky, and to find that healing DNA. And it was, you just go with it. You just go. You don't like.
It seems like I always go different from the crowd for some odd reason. I create something. Well,
Something unusual.
or either I'm doing it before people tell me how it's supposed to be done. Is usually what happens.
Yeah.
I'm doing it,
Yeah.
and everybody tells you, well, this is how you do, and just like the Akashic records, me, it's also going into a tree, but it's going into like Ghostbusters library where the ghost that's control it's like that old lady ghost that's in Ghostbusters. She's the librarian going to the Akashic records. That's how before I knew how we were supposed to be going in the Akashic records. That's how I was shown how to go in. Just
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
like,
All right.
but mine's always so different.
Terry's got to
Okay.
go.
Bye, everybody. Mwah.
Hi, Terry.
Love you.
Good seeing you.
Thank you.
Love you. Bye bye.
So, Danny, your channel or your website, let everybody know what your website is so they can join you on.
Yeah. It's DannyShayTarot.com.
Okay. And for people who were not successful on the shamanic journey, don't beat yourself up if it's just
Mm-mm.
doesn't happen. But also, here's a shortcut for everybody. If you don't do shamanic journeys or you don't want to go that way, this is a really shortcut and a simple way of doing it. Is you can say every night, I'm calling in my self-healing DNA strands to elevate me to my highest potential. Everybody should be doing that. But
Yeah.
you don't have to go searching for it. You just can call on it to come to you. So that is the shortcut for it.
And that reminds me of, when we call in our power animals, when we call in our departed loved ones to step close to our energy,
Right.
it's that same thing. When we're asking our angels and guides and angels to give us, to help us. And, even I was just thinking about this the other day because I pulled a card about our guardian angels and you're not alone, and how I forget to ask because I think, oh, it's too small of an ask. Like, can you help me find the pen that I just had on my desk that's now gone? Help me find that. And then they do. So when we're calling in our healing DNA to step close, to show itself, it's important to keep reminding ourselves that we have that power to do that. And it's simple. You don't need to do the journey.
Right.
The journey's better.
I think
More
so.
funner. More funner.
Funner. It's my personal way of doing things, and it's not for everybody. But
Yeah.
I'm going to just bring up this one. I think it's gone. Oh, no, there it is. White Dragon. He's saying, wow, Danny, you turned into a shriveled up old Hopi Indian dude. I wound up at the nature preserve. That is where my healing DNA is. It looked like glittering sand.
Wow. Well, thank you for that image of a shriveled up old Hopi man.
You just recently went on a tour with them.
I did. And I didn't see any shriveled up old Hopi men, interestingly. So I think that they have tapped in to their healing DNA.
Oh, they have been tapped in.
Yeah.
This is, Bill, I need help to find my husband's cell phone.
Yeah, I mean, how weird is it that these days, we have little elementals, and I think that they're playing tricks on us.
Yes.
And I wag my finger at them. Enough of the shenanigans.
Yeah.
But I just love it when I call in support and help, and for little things like the cell phone. And oh yeah, by the way, here's my pen.
I was going to say the cell phone, you just take your other cell phone and call it.
Yeah, well, that's true.
Yeah. So anything else, Danny? Appreciate you doing this for us.
Oh, this has just been awesome. Thank you, Gail, for number one, for throwing it out there, because it was such a weird, in my perspective, request. Hey, let's go to the lower world to find our hidden healing DNA. And I'm like, but it as soon as you said it, and as soon as I got out of the way, which was a nanosecond, it was like brilliant. So this is something that I will be doing again and again. So thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll be doing it too. I think it's something that we really need to look at. We need to take our own health in our own hands. And this is one way to do it.
Yeah, absolutely. And this has been, we have known this for years, that we're going to need to take our health into our own hands.
Mm-hmm.
How we eat, what kind of natural medicines versus synthetic medicines, who do we trust? And the person that I trust the most with this is my inner knowing, is when I go into these journeys.
Right. But I feel this is going above and beyond that, because even as careful as we are about our food, we still have our air, we still have our water, we still have all these different things that we're facing that is not as healthy for us as it used to be.
Yes.
So we're finding our self-healing DNA that's going to take care of whatever we ingest or breathe.
Right. That we can't clean up.
Right.
Right. It's going to shift us. Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
So,
I mean, this conversation can go on for a long, long time, but
okay.
Thank you for bringing it to me and Terry and everybody in the chat. Thank you.
Yes. Thanks. And thanks, moderators, for making this a safe place to gather together and talk. So thank you, everybody. And I will be doing Saturday. It'll be all about aliens. I'll be answering your questions. Danny, when's your next show?
What day is today?
Thursday.
Well, I'm not going to talk about my political show on Friday, but I do a show on Sundays that are not political. And next week, the Lionsgate portal opens, so we got this basket going on right now. Bar boats, I didn't pronounce it right. Basket going right now that's opening us up, and Lionsgate portal is starting next week. It's got a period of time. It's not a one-day thing. So we're going to drop into some portal energy, and it's probably going to be up in the upper world where we're going to go.
Okay, everybody. Thanks for being here today, and we will see
Barbeau. Thank you, Ness.
All right. Yeah, thank you. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.